Ladies and gents, welcome back to the action. We have a new game on our screens now. We're actually catching up with Team 1A in their first game of the day. They're against Team FC Flash. That's what they've named themselves on EGL. And Colin, we're starting off on training grounds for this new Best of 3 series.
Yeah, best of 3 series. It looks like they told us just before the match was starting up, Precision said that they were up 1-0 in maps already, so this could very well be the end of it. You already see the triple cap domination being threatened for just a moment there by Precision, but there's the D cap coming through. Flash is fighting back here. B-Hill's still uncapped. That's still in the lead in the points. They just got to come away with their home, maybe come off of respawn. I'm going to take a look over here at the B-Hill side of the map, though. He's going to have his Lancer out just trying to get shots onto Zenji, and Zenji's going to be able to hunker down there at the B-Hill. The big push is going to come opposite side of the map, though. Over there at the Overlook as the respawns come out. There's going to be a big fight happening. Looks like Para here as well as Brazilians, and they're going to be fighting down that stairwell toward the home hill, and Jimmy's even joining the action now. 3 versus 2, home hill side of the map, ladies and gentlemen. About to break out a big old team fight.
Oh, yes, they are. Brazil finds a man there on the left. Precision will get it down too. And suddenly, Jimmy B finds himself on the enemy's home. Not a great position to be in for the Swarm side now. The triple cap will start coming on through, and they're in no man's land to try and break a hill right now. A little bit too late trying to push over to the B side. That will be the first round of this second map going to Team 1A.
I'm not necessarily sure if it was too late or if it was just kind of skittish. I mean, you got people off of respawn. You knew you had 3 versus 2 on the Overlook side of the map. That's one of those things that tells me that that's just not like a full trust in your teammates. Because once you know that you're outnumbered and outgunned on one side, you know you got to have them on the opposite side of the map, man. Throw your flash, get somebody up in that heaven spot, that top area, put the fight into the King Raven side of the map to try to force them off of the B hill so you can get the D cap, so you don't have to necessarily worry about getting triple capped there at the monument. One of those things where it was just a little bit of hesitancy. Next thing you know, the triple cap comes through too early. Now you've got to hop over, and as you hop, you drop, because we all know the Lance is going to get 10 shots out before you can get into that cover, especially if you got any kind of accuracy, Toby. So coming into this next round, I really want to see a lot quicker movement, a lot more confidence in the rotations out by Flash if they want to have a chance here in map number 2.
Couldn't agree more. And right now they're changing their strap a little bit, shall we say. They're not going heavy up top, unlike Team 1A. They throw 3 players up now. Jimmy B again on our screens, trying to push in, find any shotgun battle that he can. Meanwhile, though, Shadow will find Para, and then suddenly Brazil is the last one alive on this side. He's going to get taken down. Jimmy tries to flank, not going to happen. Shadow will find him, and all of a sudden, it is going to be a Swarm elimination, potentially. Yes, it will. It will come on through, and just like that, Team FC Flash do answer back.
Much better job there in those early shotgun fights, the early initials. They don't drop players over there at the B hill, which allow 1A to come away with that mid-neutral and prolong the round long enough for them to win a second and third shotgun fight. Retro Lancer already going out. That's not something I've gotten to see very often, even with the slower tuning, that new beta tuning being instituted in Escalation. You still have a lot of people that kind of go with that same meta of getting those double utilities and then putting a big weapon there at the U, which is what it looks like the side of 1A is going to do. They're going to go with a double utility and then possibly drop down with those next shots at that U. But right now, this is going to be a big fight. Excuse me. Yeah, this is going to be a big fight coming out this next, I think the next round. Because now that they've got all the extra flash, all the extra utility coming into that next fight, I'd go ahead and put that power weapon down. You'd be able to have the initial control over that U easy.
Well, Brazil's going to get dropped as soon as he gets out in the open. Jimmy B once more gets 1, gets 2. He's going to get answered back, though, and taken down. Shadow has his number currently. Just a 1v1 remains up top with Para with relative map control, holding Shadow back in his side. Meanwhile, over down on the B side, Zenji once again just being that proactive player, the objective player, if you will, as he's able to cap up the hill once again. That's a really big help, right, for the COG side. If he can constantly just apply that pressure and always keep capping up the hills, try and get to this god spot that he now finds himself in, it can cause a lot of hit to the Swarm team.
Overlook is a great Lancer angle, helps get 1 down there in the god spot. They clean that kill up. They still have control over the B hill. And this is one of those things where now, this is where that slow rotation can come back to bite you in the butt. You see those players down underneath that Overlook. They're going to be coming up those stairs. I'm going to go live with Shadow real quick on my screen just to kind of give you a little heads up on that side of the map. He's going to be on that stairwell. He's going to be trying to fight up against the the biggest part of the defense for Team 1A. They've got 2 members Overlook and 1 guarding the left side of that U, so they're going to have all the Lancer angles possible. And see how the way that they just stop them in their tracks. Now all 3 of them Wolfpack together, shotguns out, double shots come in. They get the easy chunks. Brazil comes away with a couple of kills there to his name, and he's able to rotate into that God spot, and they're going to apply pressure right back onto the B hill. That is great rotations and great Wolfpacking out of 1A.
And I love seeing Brazil really stretch his legs and get aggressive. The last time I saw this kind of gameplay from him was actually a Belong Arenas, a more amateur side, right, of competitive gears. But as soon as he has that confidence in him, I feel like he can really let rip. And especially on this new tuning, he is an old school player through and through. Loves Gears 1, loves UE. Bans will surely be taken down. Yes, he will. Domination coming on through. But yeah, as I was saying, right, Brazil, he's a very vocal EGL, a very old school player. He's had some mixed opinions on Gears of War in the past few years with wall cancel and stuff coming in, but I'm sure he's a big fan of this beta tuning. And when Jimmy B, his teammate, Zenji, a really, really great up-and-comer, and T-Precision joining the 1A roster, it rings bells for me about this Team 1A, and I think they truly are a big dark horse to watch out for in this tournament.
One of the things that we really have to pay attention to when it comes to those later rounds is how they continue to take those fights. Because for me, the way that they just wolf-packed, even in 5v5, when you've got a 3 versus 2 and you step up in the cut and you start putting that pressure on somebody, especially right there on those baby steps, unless somebody is in that heaven spot up there at the King Raven of the uplink that's able to Lancer down across and you're able to back up and basically take pot shots around the corner, it is a big L you're going to have to hold every single time that happens, because without that extra cross angle, without that extra Lancer in the fight, you're just going to get pushed and shoved around like it was a super heavyweight against a flyweight. You're not going to have enough girth there in the midsection to try to hold up that push.
Couldn't agree more. Jimmy B back on our screen, and Zenji has been a little bit more proactive now on this side of the map. Of course, we're still in the first half. You'd think we're in the second with how they're playing currently. Jimmy B pushing on through, damaged out. Power will be quick to revive him. Oh, look at that for a down as well. Just about going around that corner. He will get taken down. Jimmy B finds one, and oh, this is a pinch coming in as well. This is what I mean. Jimmy B, such an aggressive player in every single Gears of War game, and now he's running around one of the largest, most open maps in the game in training grounds, and now he's flanking up top 2.
Well, they've got somebody on both sides of the overlook. I'd go ahead and throw those flashes. Oh, he lets himself get known with that Lancer fire, and he doesn't connect with anything. So both players are up here, but Jimmy, he doesn't care. He's got plenty of shots for everybody, hitting full pellet spreads on both members of Flash, getting the easy downs, the outs, and now it's one more guarding the home hill. Para's already in the fight, and there's another reaction shot there out of Jimmy. He comes up, turns the corner, gets that thing center screen, and puts another one of them down. Now he's going to go for the flank one more time. Can he put 4 to his name? The man's bloodthirsty. Somebody get him a drink, because the man is just guzzling up his opponents at the moment.
I'm still on his camera. I started off with his camera at the really beginning of this round, and now I'm still seeing him get kills. This man is on fire. Just as I say that the caster curse comes on through, he will be taken down. Power will find a kill elsewhere on Shadow. I think the damage is done though, Colin. They're stuck in spawn trying to get out of there. Zenji does fall though, so that opens it up a little bit. Power is going to get pinched, but no, Brazil is still getting shots in the front. Just about. The swarm side will stay alive. Precision left to its own devices on the enemy home hill. Surprised he's actually going for this. Very confident, safe to say, Tom Precision there. But they're still in this round, Colin, and they're only 30 points behind.
Well, I think the reason he goes for it is look at the respawn economy. Yeah, you're ahead by a decent amount of kills, and you get Mendes out of there. He's already down and out. That's 5 versus 4 for the rest of the round. Jimmy's gonna get 1. He's gonna press up here onto Bands. Bands is gonna go for the back gate. Won't be able to connect with the first L trigger. Comes out, still not enough. Jimmy is gonna be able to hold court there on the back of the B hill, and even though the Lancer's over the top, look at the amount of time he is able to buy for his team to come off of respawn, try to get back into this fight. Mendes is down, not gonna be able to clean it up, but he does get the easy revive kill, so now 5 versus 4 permanently the rest of this round, and this should be a 1A triple cap domination coming your way, coming hot. That's 3-1 at the end of the first half.
I'm hyped, Colin. Team 1A are being so fast, so aggressive. Jimmy B sitting on 18 kills, only 4 rounds in. The man is on fire, and he seems to be in top form today. And this is the one day you really need this star player performing to the best of his ability. Halftime, of course. Shot grenade's going to be placed down by the man himself over at the spawn side. Of course, the D, F, and E hills are upon us. And something tells me, Colin, that we're going to have a lot more players actually flood in on that U for that hill on this half, and I'm sure that will suit Brazil and co up top just fine.
Well, it's definitely going to suit them now that they've got the shock in the area. Yeah, the retro is a very powerful rifle, but you got the shock on that side of the map. You can still put that big power weapon there at the mid-neutral E hill, and it looks like 1A is going to go for a home-to-home split here. They're not going to go ahead and go for that mid-neutral. They know that they're overloaded on this side of the map. They're going to commit to it. They're going to take care they're going to take care of both members of Flash here very quickly. There's the extra down. Shadow's going to try to rotate over, but now he finds himself in a 1v1 coming uphill, and you never want to fight an uphill battle against the Nasher. Those are easy dubs for the likes of Jimmy B with the amount of kills he's already got. Now the home-to-home stretch comes through. He's got another 1v1 he's about to have to take care. He's got his teammate to his left, though. Precision's going to be in the 1v1 to start with. He needs to rotate over, get some Lancer fire in the area. They're going to have to take a 2v3 possibility. Back A's come out, not going to be able to find anything on that one. And Toby, the longer they can stay alive over here, the more attention they can take, the easier it's going to be for their teammates to retake that mid-neutral.
Exactly, and Jimmy B somehow just getting 2 kills there at the top of the staircase, shooting away the lower legs of the swarm. Wow, fantastic job from him, but of course he does get taken out eventually. Look at this retro in action. Will it stop Zenji? He tries to blind fire strafe his way to victory there. Well, amen, but that's not going to work out for him. But honestly, the moral of the story right now is that sometimes the aggressive pushes over to the home street don't work. And they've tried to be aggressive once more, Team 1A, but it's not paid off. Their score is a little, almost close to half of what the side of FC Flash have got right now. But they do have map control, Colin, and that's certainly something to shout home about.
Well, I think he's got it. I think they're going to get back into this thing very quickly. That 2 points to 1 point per second is really going to count them back into this very quickly. And the push is going to come out here on the opposite side of the map. They get the down there on Amen. Now they're going to go for these extra ones. Brazil gets the down on his teammate, but he also gets the down there on that first player. 1 kill comes out. He trades out a second, and Brazil goes down. This could be huge for just a moment, but nope. There comes the revives. There come the extra kills. He forces that player to bleed out. So still 2 versus 1 to Hill advantage. And if Brazil can get 1 more kill here, this is going to be huge for his team. Melee comes through, though. The knife always handy-dandy in that side holster. And we all know how it's been talked about with mixed reactions by the entire community in Gears 5. But, hey, look, if it's there, go on ahead and use it, big boy. Get yourself a little bit of that action. And that's beautifully done to try to get that retake at least started for the side of Flash. But they're still stuck on their side of the map.
That's most certainly what it's about here. As you can see, the center, top half of our screens. 30 seconds to go almost for the Cog, although I say that. The D-Hill has been broken. Their home side is open. Zenji will fall as well. Power gets the trade, but so much damage put his way. He's going to get dropped as well. But can Brazil save the day? He does find 1. Precision gets a kill elsewhere, but no, he does get taken down. Elimination potentially coming through. Are they going to spawn? No, they are not. Certainly FC Flash not making it too easy for Team 1A right now. And a very good challenge for them at the start of this tournament.
So what I'd like to see right here, go ahead. You've got all the utility on your side, and you have the shock. Put the big power weapon down at that U. Well, they don't have the weapon placement, so I'd like to see Bands put it down here at the Overlook. This can even things up because their shock is at the King Raven. They can throw it into that front door and catch somebody off guard, try to pick it, maybe even stick him to one corner or the other, and then you can Lancer him out. This is going to be a very interesting play, and that's what they do. They put the boom over there where their shock is. Jimmy, you should answer with a drop shot right here, buddy. You should make sure you get a rocket of your own on the side of the map that you dominate the utility on to try to force the fight over to that mid-neutral and make them take your fights, and they do exactly that. And over on this side of the pond, when you got a boom and a drop, Toby, we call that bad boy a fiesta because we know about some parties and fireworks are about to happen.
Absolutely. Well, okay. Boom shot on one end, drop shot on the other. Map control and the hill with the 2 drop shots to fire here. I know where I'd go. Jimmy B does too. He's looked for the up A, hasn't found it. His team, though, they have picked up the boom shot down bottom, Colin, and they're about to quick pick the drop too. Jimmy B will find that one. Amen will get taken down. Mendes is looking for precision, which he does fine, but clear as day. Jimmy B and co, they'll win this side of the map and the hill, but they lose their home street in the process. 1 more drop shot in the bank for Jimmy B to fire.
My man Jimmy B almost put himself in the grave. You saw he was full red. He steps up to one player, and then he's like, I'm going to rotate out and get that next kill. And the guy was waiting for him with a Lancer. I said, oh, don't go down right here, brother. Don't die. Don't die with the drop shot on your back like this. But they're going to rotate over, try to get their home hill. He needs to find this player number 7, and he gets the call out. Bans is down now. That's going to open things wide up for the home-to-home stretch that they want. He hops. He's going to drop, and he's going to try to get up here and apply the pressure to the opponent's home hill. Big shot onto him. He's got a teammate. Just wait for your buddy here, buddy. You ain't gotta fight this fight that quickly. There's Precision in the backside. Precision's gonna help him out. Decap comes through for now. There's a down. 1 kill comes through. Bounces up. Gets a second. Para's there and downs Jimmy B, but gets the revive. He said, hey, look, I know I don't want to put you down, but I'll tap you up, baby. Let's get this home-to-home stretch out, and let's apply the pressure. And now you're going to see Amen come off of respawn. Only 1 life in the bank, and Shadow's on his last life. So any kills from this point forward are big time for 1A. Any kill from here on out can pretty much solidify this round for him.
Jimmy B is still lurking. He's just come around the back. Brazil is taken down, though, so they could somehow just keep battling their way, it seems like, the Swarm. So do not make it easy for them. Oh, no. Para gets 1. Para gets 2. Zenji gets the kill elsewhere. The last man alive was Mendes over on the hill. He will not survive too much longer, though. Team 1A now 1 round away from wrapping this best-of-3 series up. Of course, they are 1-0 up right now in map count.
One of those things that we can't talk about it enough. Look, while we don't possibly go to that next iteration of Escalation, we got to see it a few weeks ago in a possible beta tournament that they put out. Unless we go back to infinite respawns, one of the things that I think makes Escalation a very unique game style is even though it's played with hills and objectives, it adds that life respawn counter, which kind of puts the importance still back on playing your life in a lot of these situations. And both matches we've already gotten to peek our heads into, we've had one team really doesn't value their life as much. Whether they're losing the initials and they have to keep coming off of respawns, they just find themselves further down the list in how they are able to retake. And you can see it. Shadow's on 1 down there. Amen's only on 2. Whereas on the other side, you've got 2 members on 4, 2 on 3, and Brazil, he's the lowest, but he's put himself in a lot of fights around the map, which is, I mean, pretty indicative of a good IGL. He wants to be around the map in those fights where he can get those call-outs in the next rotation.
Certainly so. He's a massive enabler, I think, Brazil on this team, allowing the likes of Jimmy B, Zenji, and his teammate Precision to and especially Power as well. You can see he's the front man right now to get loose and up close and personal with their opponents. Jimmy B right now does go in for a fight. Not going to find it. Precision does follow up, though. His teammate just behind. Drop shot from across the map. Brazil will find it from Overlook. Now, I question, will they continue being aggressive? 1A. See, Power still lurking, just looking for that 1v there. He finds Banzio. And a down comes from Zenji as well. He might have even looked for the triple cap right now as another one gets dropped with Shadow and Co coming out of spawn. Troubling moments right now for Team FC Flash, but Amen will pick up 1 and Shadow will be on hand to make sure the triple cap does not happen.
They're going to be able to get there at their home hill, but there's going to be a lot of fights coming out. Shadow is down. He is out now officially. You're going to be down to just your last couple of lives here on this hill. He's going to go for the revive, gets 1 off, but Jimmy B is cleaning up everybody and anyone. I'm going to have to nickname that man, not Jimmy B, but the Custodian, because that boy has been cleaning up kills all over the map. Get him a mop and a bucket, because that man is going to work today.
That is for sure. Who would have guessed? Jimmy B, the MVP for this map. Look at this scoreboard, folks. 33 kills, Jimmy B in 7 rounds, with the most caps in the game to boot as well. And at a fresh 4 respawns remaining there at the end. 2-0 the final score in this matchup. What a fantastic game for Team 1A to start their tournament streak on. Of course, that was their first game of the day. It was the second game of the day on the broadcast for us, for me and Colin. By the way, if you're just joining us, welcome to the stream. Pleasure to be with you. And of course, the man Colin to my left. And yeah, so far, so good for a lot of these teams, especially the favorite so far. 1A, of course, the dark horse for me for this tournament to look out for. But business as usual, I think, for Team 1A. They were super aggressive. They won a lot of their 1Bs, and when you have Jimmy B up in the enemy spawn like that, Colin, everything just seems to run on a smooth train, it seems like, for your team.
They definitely were on a set of train tracks. Look, one of the things that I have to go ahead and say is both games we've gotten a peek into. Our higher seeded teams, the teams that we kind of have our eyes out for coming into those final matchups of the day possibly, have really proven themselves to me. They're showing that they're taking this very seriously. They want to come away with a piece of that pie. That final possible $2,500 on the line there at the end of the day, which I think is a very important factor. It shows me that EU still has the passion, they still have the will and the want to show that they're the best of the best in their region, and they'd like to get a piece of that cake. It's one of the reasons why I love always getting to cast whenever I get the chance to cast over anybody from this region, because they always put on a fantastic show. You all always have some of the best, passionate, and most profoundly good players on the planet. And I can't say many more P's in a single sentence, but that baby was perfect, and I love to see those top seeds really taking care of business early in this tournament.
Before we throw it to a quick break, folks, this is what we have on our screens right now. It is the bracket for the day. Of course, 17 teams have signed up to play. Prosperous seed number 1 at the top there if you're just joining us here in Europe. That is the favorite team potentially to win this whole thing. They've won the majority of the qualification tournaments coming up to this for their seed number 1. And the team we just saw, of course, Class 1A, they did win their game against FC Flash 2-0. The next game they have potentially could be against a bunch of gamers. I've already had so many people in my DMs ask, hey, can we try and stream and cast this one? This should be one of the best games of the tournament. I'm telling you, folks, if I can get it, I will try my absolute best. I'm sure a bunch of gamers are busy right now with their game against 120 FPS. Folks, hope you've enjoyed the stream so far. We're going to throw it to that quick break. When we return, we will likely have Class 1A versus bunch of gamers. Stay tuned. We'll be back very soon.
Something's always amiss. Can't put my finger on it, but it's there. Wait for it to subside, but my mind won't apply. Waiting for the clear. Is it bad? Sometimes I like it when I lose control. There's something in it that's so beautiful. Listen, I can see the light dim, but I can also see the bones decay. I don't know what else there is to say. I'm doing my best not to run away. Sitting throwing rocks across the pavement, hoping it'll cave in and swallow me whole. Wondering how the world keeps on spinning, kinda scared of living when it unfolds. Hard to see the light when everything is dying, waiting for the clear. Thankful I'm alive, but terrified of dying. But hey, I'm still here. Is it bad? Sometimes I like it when I lose control. There's something in it that's so beautiful. Listen, I can see the light dim, but I can also see the bones decay. I don't know what else there is to say. I'm doing my best not to run away. under the night sky, trying to make me see your stars. But the dark gets so lonely. Now I see violet, I can feel silence. And the dark's all that I see. When your stars have burnt out and your heart makes no sound, I'll find validity on